Hi everybody, I'm Victor Brick and welcome to June's Good Old Uncle Vic. I'm here in Normandy, France, and the date is June 6th. It is the anniversary of the D-Day invasion, June 6th, 1944, the Allied invasion of Europe. And we are here with some friends. We had a fitness meeting in Paris, and then we came out here to tour the battlefields, and we're staying at the Hotel Darouge. Is that how you say it, Lynn?
Darouge.
Darouge in Bayou, Normandy. And as I said, we're here to tour the battlefields. The invasion involved almost 150,000 men from the United States, Great Britain, and Canada, landing on 5 different beaches, stretching for 40 miles of French coastline. Paratroopers were dropped behind enemy lines early on the morning of June 6th to confuse the Germans, secure the flanks of the beaches, and capture key bridges and crossroads. During the battle, chaos reigned. Because of bad weather and fog, the paratroopers were spread out all over the Normandy Peninsula. Some landed 40 miles from their objective. And because of the rough seas, the landing craft were swept as far as 2 miles off course, causing men to be miles from their objectives. And yet still, somehow, they pulled it off. That day, perhaps more than any other in the history of warfare, the world was full of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Time and time again, the average soldier rose to the occasion. For instance, Lieutenant Dick Winters of Band of Brothers fame was thrust into the commanding role for Easy Company of the 101st Airborne Division because his commanding officer was killed in the initial landings. Winters was ordered to take out 4 large cannon that were shelling the Americans landing on Utah Beach. He was supposed to have 150 men in his company, but because of the confused landings, he only had 12. Yet he accomplished his objective and disabled the guns, defended by more than 50 Germans. In another instance, Colonel Earl Rudder and his Rangers were supposed to knock out 6 large cannon on Pointe du Hoc that were capable of sinking the Allied ships. In order to accomplish his objective, he had to scale vertical rock walls rising 100 feet above the beach. His force of 250 men was supposed to be reinforced with another 500 men, but because his landing craft were blown off course and made him late in reaching the cliffs, the 500 reinforcements were assigned elsewhere. His men scaled the cliffs and took Pointe du Hoc, only to find that the guns had been moved. He gave the order to spread out and find the guns. 2 of his men found the guns hidden behind the enemy lines some 2 miles inland. They rounded up 12 other Rangers, overran the Germans protecting the guns, and blew them up. What started out as a job for 750 men ended up being a job for 12. There are many lessons to be learned from a place like Normandy, but the main lesson I took away from this experience is how important preparation is. These men accomplished their objectives in the face of extreme adversity because that is what they were trained to do. Now, of course, training and preparation is one thing, implementation is another, and the link between the two is courage. For a text version of this Uncle Vic or for past fit tips or Uncle Vics, you can visit our website at www.brickbodies.com. And we close every Uncle Vic with a thought for the day. And the thought for today is, in combat, you do not rise to the occasion, you fall back on your training. So until we meet again, that's it from good old Uncle Vic.